Hello, we are here to look at tongues today. Tongues, very complex muscles that live right there in your mouth, and they're gonna help you do many things like shape sound, shape vowels, make words. Tongue can be your greatest ally as a singer. Tongues can also be the monkey in the machine. Truly, it is a chaos muscle and can work against you. And so this is just a little video to help us work through some stretches, get the tongue on our side so it is helping us. Because when the tongue is working against us, sometimes it can impede freedom, it can impede ease, and it can lead to fatigue a lot quicker than we might otherwise get to. So we're going to do some stretching. We're gonna do a couple exercises with the tongue. Things that you will need here today. A paper towel. This is a paper towel. Not all brands are created equally. Cheapo ones are going to disintegrate. So, splurge. You could also grab like a thin microfiber towel. Just know it's going in your mouth. So, clean probably. I think that's all that we are going to need. And then maybe some lyrics from the song that you are working on. So I bring you the tongue with the request that you give yourself a lot of grace, because as you start to notice the tongue and observe it, you might notice it's chaos. And maybe that's new. Maybe noticing the chaos is new to you, and wow, crazy. So just allowing the tongue to do some of these things, not trying to force it to, giving yourself grace, knowing that these things take time. Okay, so we're gonna start with just a simple tongue flop. What does that mean? I'm just going to put my tongue slightly outside of my mouth and let it hang there. So I'm not sticking out my tongue real far. I'm really just... Do you see how it's like a bag of nothing? It is like supple. It is kind of almost swollen looking, very released and relaxed. Like a bag of pudding. That's what we're looking for. And you might notice that your tongue doesn't even like to do that. It likes to panic. It likes to point or like move or do these things. Fine. We're just going to breathe with it. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Observing if the tongue likes to get involved when you breathe in. Observing if the tongue is getting involved when you breathe out. Asking it why. Allowing it to just be there like a supple bag of pudding or whatever. Great. After you've noticed the tongue's reaction to just hanging and doing absolutely nothing, let's get into some stretching. So it is your body. You know what feels good. You know what feels bad. Let's get into stretches that are like those good stretches. But if it starts to like hurt, pain, don't do it. Back off. You know you. Play by your own rules. We're going to start with a tongue pulse. So I'm going to put the tip of my tongue behind my bottom teeth and kind of the middle to back I'm pushing out. From this angle. This is not available to everyone. So if this feels bad for you, skip it. Go to the next thing. So we are just going to do pulses of 3 seconds each. So here we go. If it feels good to vocalize, go for it. Let's do 1 second pulses. Excellent. You might notice that the jaw gets tired. Give yourself a little jaw massage. Let that tension and stress melt away. Gorgeous. Now we are going to get into our towel business. You're going to be stretching here. Again, do it feels good for you. Taking this paper towel, you are going to lay your tongue on top. And you're going to grab, kind of like a sandwich. So your thumbs are going to be pretty far back underneath your tongue with your little fingies on top here. So, give it a little wiggle in there. And then we're going to be stretching it kind of out and over, like a little bridge over your thumbs, looking for that like rounding down move like this. Allow yourself to try pulsing it out. Does that feel good? Is it a nice long hold? Feeling nice? Where are you feeling that stretch in your tongue? Just something to notice. I don't know what my watch just said. Now, allowing yourself to bring your tongue back into your mouth. Getting it wet again. Now you've got kind of a gross towel. You are welcome. And we're going to do a side stretch. So basically the same thing. And you're gonna grab your tongue, but we're gonna stretch it to, this is my right, I don't know how this mirrors backwards. You'll get that left side stretch, hopefully. Give it a little wiggle, give it some pulses, give it a steady stretch. Always breathing. Allow that to come back in. Give that another go. More moisture for the tongue. Let's do the other side. Holding that for another few moments as you breathe through it. It's not unusual for sides to feel different. Just good knowledge, things to notice. Excellent. There's some other stretches we can do, but let's get to activating the tongue here. So I'm gonna ask you to stick your tongue, straight out and sign your name as if it were a quill. And if the end of it can be a big flourish like you're a celebrity, all the better. Really good. Okay, now where do we take this? We are going to move from speech into some singing sounds. So let us first begin with a tongue flop where we speak some words. I'm going to use the very beginning of Hallelujah, a very well-known song. So I'm going to be saying, now I've heard there was a secret chord that David played, etc., but I'm just doing it with my tongue flopped out. Now I heard there was a secret chord that David played, and it pleased the Lord that didn't have a Now, I can't really say the words perfectly, but that's not the point. That's not the point. We're moving things around while keeping the tongue in this kind of extended position for now. Excellent. Give yourself, whatever song you're working on, going through that. And then I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm just going to do like what I'll call a neutral vowel with my tongue out, but on the tune. For the most part, my tongue stayed floppy. You might notice that yours wants to pull back or quiver. Again, just notice and release. Notice and release. Ask it to melt if possible, but try not to get frustrated with it because then it fights harder. Really nice. And now we're going to sing the words with our tongue stuck out like that. Now I've heard there was a secret chord that David played, and I pleased the Lord that you don't really have from Great. And then we go and we actually just sing. Now I heard there was a secret chord, and going from there. And just see if you notice a difference in freedom, a difference in flexibility, a difference in feeling like you are allied with your tongue instead of working against it. I would love to hear how this went for you. Please let me know. Shoot me an email, like, or whatever this is. I don't know where I'm posting this. Okay, bye.